Decorating the tree should be one of the most fun activities you do during the holiday season, but it can be extremely stressful for some people. We have people coming to the greenhouse and sometimes they just aren't sure even where to begin. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about decorating a tree. Now we stood this one up and I was going to use it for a model and then realized some of the lights are out. We have a fellow here who has a little contraption. He can come and check the lights to see if they're working. He's not here today, so you're going to have to bear with me as I work with a tree that doesn't have all its lights lit. This happens at home, doesn't it? So this tree, one of the first things you have to know to do is that one of the most important things about decorating the tree is making sure you fluff it. And that means you have to take each branch, and move it into position. Try and make sure that you don't see the trunk of the tree, and make sure, think of how a tree grows. They don't grow flat. They don't grow flat like this. They grow with the branches in all directions. That's what you need to do with your artificial tree. So sometimes in your home, when you go to set the tree up, it would be a really great idea to actually set the tree up and fluff it one day, and then do the decorating the next day. Then you're not stressing yourself out about the fact that you're trying to do this over a 1 hour evening period. You know, it can make for really a cranky Christmas. So I'm just going to finish fluffing and I'll come back to you in a minute. So this is an assortment of the items that I'm going to use on this tree. And you can see that I have a color scheme going. I'm choosing white and silver and chartreuse green, which looks really beautiful together. And I wanted to today really show to you that you can take really big items and incorporate them into your tree. So you might want to take your Christmas things, lay them on the floor, and perhaps pick a couple of unusual items you wouldn't normally put into a tree and put them in. So I'm going to start, first of all, with this fellow. Now this is a slender 7-foot that I'm putting this on, and you think, oh my gosh, where's she going to put this owl? But I'm actually just going to bury him into this top of this tree. Make sure he's in quite securely. And that means, of course, that some of the fluffing you spent hours doing, you're mangling with, but that's okay. I'm wiring him in so he'll stay put. And he's going to sit up on the very close to the top of this tree. Are you there, buddy? Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm setting him in. Come on. When I wasn't on camera, this worked like a darn. There we go. Okay? And I'm actually going to set another one down lower in the tree. To give it balance, I'm going to work him into the other side. Now this guy's going to be a little easier to put in because of course there's a lot more branches down below. Okay? There they sit. And then I'm going to take some really large balls, and I'm only going to use one to show you today. The trick with these balls, a larger ball on a tree, is that you do not hang them on the edge of the branch. You have to embed them. So you take them and you push them back into the center of the tree close to the trunk, and you hook them in securely on some of the branches that are farther back there, and then they sit. There we go. Okay, he's not in enough. Why is it always easier when I'm doing it and I'm not on camera? So there you go. You've got that kind of look going. And now I'm going to move to the next size down. And when we come back, you'll see what this looks like with these larger balls in place on the tree. I'm just adding a few of the last pieces. And again, this is quite an unusual thing you may not think of putting in a tree. We have these incredible snowflakes. They're great hanging on the ceiling. They're also beautiful just embedded into the tree. So as these ones are. And then I'm going to just talk a little bit about the tree topper that I did, which is really just a cluster of branches. And I took a few branches, grew them, pulled them together, wired them with a little bit of pipe cleaner, and I inserted it into the top of the tree, and then I just added a little bit of filler on the way around. And you know something, with your tree, you can just go on and on and on. You stop when you think you've put enough things on. There's really no limit. It's like my good friend said, it's just like making a vegetable stew. You just use what you have until you feel like you've got a nice flavor. So I hope this helps you with your Christmas decorating. Please enjoy your Christmas with your family and friends, and have fun decorating your tree.